XRP holders, he just quit. What does this mean for XRP and the rest of the crypto market? Hello, beautiful people. Shalom, money makers. Please read the disclaimer. Right now, XRP is sitting at $1.31, down minus 1.65% on the day. Bitcoin also down around 0.8%. Ethereum similar, about 1% down here on the day. We are seeing some interesting movement here with the crypto market as we see Asian markets, Asian stock markets getting to all-time highs. South Korean market is up. Japanese market is up. And crypto market continues to be weak. Yes, the prices right now in the crypto market are very weak, but we know that all this can change very, very fast. There are some things that are a little bit concerning. The first thing was that during the night, we got news about the US struck Iranian radar and drone sites after a US drone was down. And so you can see here, US Central Command target Iranian radar systems and drone sites in Guruk and on Keshem Island near the Strait of Hormuz after Iran shot down a MQ-1 drone in the Persian Gulf. The strike deformed air defenses and ground control stations and 2 attack drones posing risk to ships. With no U.S. industries reported, Iran IRGC responded with a claimed counterstrike on Kuwaiti air base hosting U.S. troops. Intercepted by Kuwaiti forces, the ceasefire tensions simmer amid ongoing Doha talks on Iran's nuclear program and sanctions. So the talks and the ceasefire continue to be very, very delicate and could kick off, and any second we could see the ceasefire collapse. Right now, oil is not popping too much, but it did bounce off of the low of 86, right now trading at $90. So oil is rising a little bit as tensions start to rise, and the probabilities of a ceasefire agreement that prolongs the ceasefire, right? Some might call it even peace, seems to look pretty shaky right now. And we know the longer oil prices stay up, the lower the probability that the new Fed chairman is going to reduce interest rates, and that would be worse for XRP and the crypto market. But interestingly, the stock market and pre-market overnight trading is doing very good. So the stock market continues to show strength. Again, if you're interested in stock market videos, we do have the new stock market channel. We talked about 7 stocks to look at for AI there, and about SoFi and Micron and all these stocks that are moving and shaking. So if you're interested, link is in the description down below. You can start that journey with us. But because, stocks are just so much more attractable right now. And I have an analogy in my head, but I don't want to use it. I'm going to offend so many people. But right now, stock market is looking very, very tasty to investors, and the crypto market, not so much. I just saw a tweet from Elio Trades. We talked about him recently on the channel. Like, he's kind of shifted his content. He just tweeted out, there's so many graphs looking amazing right now. I don't know where what to do. And of course, all the comments are like, what are you talking about? Crypto doesn't look amazing at all. And he's like, yeah, I'm talking about stocks. So there is shift and right now in the market. But again, we've talked about this. Things can flip on a dime. As we get closer to Clarity Act, things could get better and better and better, and prices could start rising. Again, this video is for entertainment purposes, for educational purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. But it will be very interesting to see what is going to happen. I don't know why suddenly I have an accent like this. I don't know what's going on. I think I said one word and my accent jumped in and out. It used to drive my grandma crazy because I would barely speak English during the year. And then I would come visit her over the summer. And the first few days, I would have a very heavy accent like this. And she's like, what are you talking about? Why do you have this accent? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know why I have the accent. And then about a day or two later, the accent would disappear. It's kind of funny. I guess it's like in all languages like that. When we talk about the deal, right? So this is interesting. Iranian president just submitted his official letter of resignation to the office of the supreme leader per Iran International. In the letter, he stressed how the president and the government have officially been excluded from major decisions making process in the country, and the IRGC has taken control of affairs. We kind of knew that the IRGC was running things in Iran. It's not a huge surprise, but the fact that the president decided to quit because they're not letting him do anything is very surprising, and again could affect the situation. If the Trump administration is talking to the IRGC instead of to the actual president, what does that mean about the future? Does it mean that, okay, uh, IRGC is going to continue to run Iran? Is something going to change for the people of Iran? So this is a huge thing. He also added that under such circumstances, he is unable to run the government and carry out his legal responsibilities. For that reason, he's requested to step down immediately. It's not clear whether the Supreme Leader Khamenei will accept the president's resignation. There is a community note on this saying that the source is anonymous, and we'll see. But this is huge news. And as someone he says here, it would show who really is running the show in Iran, and no surprise that things aren't moving along. He was someone the U.S. was happy to work with because he was more moderate. But if the IRGC is actually pulling the strings, and that's what most of the analysts thought, it's going to be harder to make a deal because they are more extreme. So again, this could be detrimental to the ceasefire, and this could be potentially detrimental to oil prices, could affect inflation, and then that all trickles down to XRP and to the crypto community. Okay, so that's going to be something that we're going to have to watch going forward. Now, listen. Trying to predict what's going to happen short term is very hard. We talked about Benjamin and his predictions from 2020. He says trying to predict short term price action is hard, as generally consider the short term move akin to random walk or geometric Brownane motion. But if I had to guess, he guesses that Bitcoin tags 70,000 soon and then gets a small bounce. But after the bounce is over, likely a few days to a week or so, I do think Bitcoin will head back to the lows from February 2026. If he's wrong about Bitcoin revisiting the lows from February, he'll quote this tweet and simply say, I was wrong. And then I will let every bull dunk away. It's because he's very controversial, because he's been right and wrong many times. So when he says a statement, he, of course, gets attacked significantly in the comment section, saying, you don't know what you're talking about, but he has been right many times. He's also been wrong. And that's why price predictions are so hard, because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know. Suddenly Trump is going to do something and the market shifts or the market changes, or suddenly interest rates stay high, inflation. This is something we could not predict, 2-3 years ago. So it will be very interesting to see in the short term what could potentially happen here for XRP and the crypto market and Bitcoin. We did see Bitcoin volatility go to its lowest. Bitcoin 114-day consolidation has pushed volatility to historic lows as per Crypto Quant. He says Bitcoin could be setting up a 10 to 20% breakout after months of sideways price action. The question is which direction. If Benjamin is right here, we'll see a breakout to the upside. The question is, will that coincide with anything potential from the Clarity Act? And that could be a double whammy. But Benjamin still emphasizes that midterm election, usually, especially if Democrats are going to win here and we have a mixed government, right? Republican president and Democrats holding the House and the Senate. Historically, that's not been good for the market. So there's a lot of factors up in the air, and we'll potentially see what can happen in the medium term here for XRP and for the crypto market. It's going to be very interesting. This is interesting as well. President Trump is calling for a physical audit of Fort Knox, one of America's most secretive gold vaults. The U.S. claims 147.3 troy ounces are stored there, worth over 500 billion. Yet the vault has not had a full independent physical audit in decades. For a market built on trust, this is a massive blind spot. And the bigger question is, if Fort Knox is fully audited, how will that affect the gold market? This is interesting. When I always would talk to my dad about crypto, he would say, oh, well, what is it backed by? And I said, what it was fiat backed by? And then he would say, well, fiat backed in the US, for example, is backed by gold. And their gold reserves or something, or the government. But if the gold reserves aren't what they're saying, what happens to the dollar? Could this affect it somehow? What happens to gold prices? So this could be very interesting to see how that plays out. And again, this is just a reminder that things that might look to us stable, or things that might look to us safe, sometimes are not as safe as we thought. And so this will be very interesting to see what happens. Does this go forward? How much does he emphasize this? And we'll see going forward what could potentially come out here from this. I wanted to bring something else, but I'm contemplating right now. I think I might leave it for tonight's video. I'm going to leave you on a cliffhanger here. So you watch tonight's video as well, because the morning videos do really good and they actually do about double views than the evening videos. Um, I guess there's less competition in the morning, maybe. I don't know. But I'm gonna leave you on a cliffhanger, a cliffhanger, a cliffhanger. So you watch tonight's video as well. Don't forget to smash the like button. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. And like I always say, let's make a lot of money.